Peace. It's easy to take for granted until it's gone. And yet, in a world fractured by wars and rivalries, Southeast Asia has remained an island of calm. In 2025, under Malaysia's chairmanship, ASEAN proved once more that only with peace can we work, live and prosper. From Langkawi to Kuala Lumpur, diplomacy to disaster relief, it was a year that tested ASEAN's unity.
We do discuss, we do express our concern, we do encourage our colleagues within ASEAN to also do likewise.
The year began with Malaysia's call for calm, dialogue over dominance. In the South China Sea, tensions simmered, but diplomacy prevailed. ASEAN's quiet coordination kept the region stable, not perfect, but peaceful.
Malaysia's position has always been consistent and clear. All disputes relating to the South China Sea must be resolved in accordance with universally recognized principles of international law, including the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or known as UNCLOS.
And all countries, large or small, are affected by climate change. ASEAN to focus on this issue as a group.
From conflict zones to climate zones, ASEAN turned its attention to cooperation. Because peace is more than the absence of war, it's the presence of care, coordination, and shared purpose. These were the small victories that kept communities and the region together.
In Langkawi, Malaysia reminded its neighbours, ASEAN's role is not to control, but to convene. Even when progress was slow on Myanmar, dialogue kept doors open, and that too is peace.
ASEAN has had a pretty active year and quite a successful one in terms of introducing new initiatives and engagement for the region and laying down plans and foundations for the future.
ASEAN has always been a neutral bloc. That has been our strength.
As energy and trade routes became global battlegrounds, ASEAN chose balance. Its peace wasn't passive, it was strategic. Through neutrality, ASEAN defended its greatest asset yet, stability.
The question is, are we as the leaders of ASEAN going to step together, work together and actually realise those for the benefit of our people?
By year's end, the region's calm drew partners closer, from New Zealand to Europe to the Middle East, all seeking cooperation through ASEAN.
And then the finale, the 47th ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur. A moment when world leaders gravitated to one place, to ASEAN, not to argue, but to engage. For a brief moment, amid global chaos, Southeast Asia stood as a symbol of what peace could look like, imperfect but intact.
Then came an unprecedented moment. Over 30 world leaders converging in Kuala Lumpur for the 47th ASEAN Summit. Among them, Donald Trump, Li Qiang, Sanae Takeichi, Mark Carney, Christopher Luxon,
Alexei Overchuk,
Antonio Costa, Luis Inacio Lula da Silva, Cyril Ramaphosa, Anthony Albanese, all drawn to ASEAN's stability and promise. In a time of war elsewhere, here they came not to compete, but to cooperate.
ASEAN is increasingly being courted, and the guest list at these events is a reflection of that. So more and more players at the table, but perhaps not enough capacity to take those many efforts forward. So to avoid losing strategic focus, ASEAN might need to reconsolidate some of its approaches further on this front.
Message to the nations of Southeast Asia is that the United States is with you 100%, and we intend to be a strong partner and friend for many generations to come.
Amid tariff headwinds, ASEAN tightened its fabric of its own market, quietly knitting its economies closer together.
So while the initiatives launched this year, be it the ASEAN Community Vision 2045, the ASEAN GCC China Summit, or even the ASEAN Geoeconomics Task Force, what remains to be seen is really how ASEAN will operationalize these forward-looking tools to help the region navigate increasingly turbulent geopolitical and economic times.
Across the region, cooperation replaced confrontation. Peace wasn't just political, it was economic. In a world desperate for predictability, ASEAN's peace became its magnet.
From Ottawa to Brussels, Wellington to Tokyo, world leaders voiced the same intent: to work with ASEAN, not around it.
And we are going very well on the negotiations with Malaysia, with Thailand and with Philippines. It's clear that with trade agreements we have good results. We obtain an increase of trade between 30 and 40%.
Every Canadian is a stakeholder in the fact that we're making progress in ASEAN.
Right, so I hope that that we can get over this unfortunate chapter in our relations and restore our ties, and then we can contribute to the unity and solidarity of ASEAN, which is needed very much now because we're facing a number of common challenges.
When Thailand and Cambodia restored relations, it wasn't a headline about power. It's about restraint. Proof that peace can be built quietly, one handshake at a time.
So now these gentlemen are about to sign what we're calling the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accords. Good name. Both countries are agreeing to cease all hostilities and work to build good neighborly relationships, which have already started.
ASEAN didn't win the world's attention through might, it earned it through moderation.
Behind every summit and every statement was a newsroom chronicling this journey, a year when peace proved its worth. This was the year ASEAN found strength in stillness.
The year diplomacy delivered what weapons never could.
And as the Philippines prepares to take over, Malaysia passes the baton, not of power, but of peace. Because only with peace can we work, live and prosper. And for the most part of it, ASEAN delivered. Anakam,
Danish Rajareza,
Natasha Bust, FMT.